Hi guys, welcome back to Adulting Avenue with Reholile. If this is your first time, welcome to my channel. Don't forget to subscribe if you like my content, if you're back again, or if this is your first time and you're like, this girl. Please subscribe and please give this video a thumbs up. So once again, I'm giving career advice and talking to people who are in specific fields. And today my guest is someone who studied a Bachelor of Accounting at the University of the Free State. And he is currently a second-year audit trainee at a firm, like a big firm in the country. So yeah. His name is Reholile, and he has agreed to be on my channel. Firstly, thank you so much for agreeing to be on my channel, Pawe. That's what I call him. Thank you for being on my channel. Thank you for agreeing to share the information that you have, the knowledge that you have, and to share your experiences with my audience. Whenever I hear chartered accountant, I think lots of money.
It kind of failed the first time in the honors degree, but
what did you study?
I studied the Bachelor of Accounting in the University of the Free State. And after I got my degree, I ended up getting I decided to go and get my honors in Bachelor of Accounting at the very same university.
What subjects did you do in high school? Like, what subjects are a requirement in order for someone, for someone to be able to study a Bachelor of Accounting?
They require mostly maths and your English. So like you have to get like 60% for maths and English. But I do also encourage people that did maths lit to be actually honest, to like still go the career path that I'm going. It's just that you're gonna have a bridging course to like get into the Bachelor of Accounting. So at University of the Free State, I don't think at the moment has a bridging course where like you did maths lit and you can do Bachelor of Accounting. But any university, like say for example the University of Johannesburg actually does that. It does have a bridging course for maths lit students. So either you did maths or maths lit, eventually you're still going to be able to do the degree.
What's the minimum amount of time for your degree? How long does it take?
Both the degree and the honors to do the degree takes like 4 years, and not 4 years, sorry, 3 years, and the honors is just 1 year. But there is another degree called the Bachelor of Commerce in Accounting, where like you actually, if you still following the same career path that I'll be following, you actually have an extended year. So like your honors year is actually 2 years instead of 1.
What would you call yourself? Like, are you an accountant? Are you an audit trainee? What would you call yourself?
I'm an audit trainee currently working towards qualifying as a chartered accountant.
Okay. So how is it? Is it fun? How is it? How are you finding being an audit trainee? And what year are you? Like first year, second year, third year trainee?
Oh yeah, being a trainee is really stressful. It's fun in the sense that I don't know, I'm finding it fun, but at the same time it does get stressful when there are certain hiccups that we have. And of course, when we have those hiccups, in order for us to meet the deadline, we probably always have to have overtime. So that's kind of like the bad side of it, is that like we have to like follow a deadline. But the good part is you're learning, you're conversing with people, and they're giving you lifelong tips and lessons on how to navigate the training. And I'm currently right now in my second year.
Do you have to have, like, is it compulsory to have an honors degree, or can you make it without an honors degree?
Yeah, it's definitely compulsory for you to uh, be an audit trainee and have an honors degree, especially if you want to study to become a chartered accountant. But there are certain firms that do allow you to do training without honors, but you're gonna have to study part-time. At the end of the day, you still need your honors degree in order to like become an audit trainee and work towards being a chartered accountant.
How was the job hunting process? How long did you hunt for?
Uh, it's not for me personally. It was actually long and excruciating, but it's not that really long. Basically, audit firms will accept you like immediately. My thing was I wanted to move towards another route, but I still had the option of like having to, how can I say it, like find a job in the audit trainee route. And even so, that side was a bit long because I do remember sending an application to a medium-sized audit firm and it looked like they never bothered answering back to me. So I literally only got an interview like on my second attempt of the honors degree.
Okay. So when you say it was long, you mean you were job hunting while you was getting your honors degree, but you were able to go to work the year after you finished your honors degree, so you were working the next year.
Yeah, if I could mention the years that I studied. So I did my honors degree in 2019 and 2020. I started looking for work around 2019, and I'd say around from April, and I got nothing. I got no communication whatsoever until I eventually failed my honors in 2019. Luckily, one of the firms that I did talk to last year eventually talked to me in 2020 around March, and eventually I got the job around June. I received the contract around June.
So in 2020, you were doing your honors for the second
For the
time,
second,
and
yeah,
you were able to get a job for 2021,
yes,
which is when it was your first year as a trainee last year.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Would you say your profession is in demand?
most definitely. If it's definitely in demand, everyone wants a chartered accountant. I'm currently still a trainee, so we're not necessarily that much in demand. The only way you can be in demand is when you're starting to become a chartered accountant. And if you do become a chartered accountant, the opportunities are endless. I keep seeing people actually getting from South Africa getting jobs in England and other countries in Europe. I even saw a YouTuber actually getting a job as a CA in one of the small island countries around the Caribbean. It's the opportunities are endless. The job is in demand.
That's good. Um, Take us through like a typical work day. Like, I know sometimes you work from home, no? Or was it just last year when you worked from home, and this year do you go to the office? Like, what do you do when you get to the office?
Uh, it actually depends on whether or not you can work from home or in the office. If you're in a client where like your manager is in the office, then they will want you in the office every day. So I do wake up every day and go to the office. And what usually would happen is the minute you get there, you open your laptop, you do your work. But if like you're in a client, when you start off, like we tend to rotate around clients. So like in your first day of that type of client, you would normally have a third year trainee or the manager assigning work to you and giving it to you in the morning meeting. And then afterwards, you guys start doing your work. You just work nonstop until the last hour of the day at work. But yeah, you also have your lunch. I I always have time to like talk to my colleagues during work and the occasional drink coffee. So yeah.
Okay. What do you think, like someone who's an aspiring like auditor or an audit trainee, or someone who's interested in studying what you studied, what do you think they should know, or what advice do you have for them?
Okay. Firstly, an asset is not something the company owns. Uh, if they ask you that question when you get to varsity on the very first day of first year, don't answer that answer. Try and research it somewhere else, or advisably just wait until they give you the answer, because the minute they do that to you, it's a trick question and you're going to feel like, oh, already it's overwhelming. But yeah, and also don't worry about statistics or anything when you are in varsity. Don't worry about all of those things, and don't worry about whether or not you fail your honors. It's gonna happen. You're gonna fail your first test. I'm not saying everyone's gonna fail their first test, but majority usually fails their first test. But a lot of people made it. They're still here. They made it. A lot of them are already chartered accountants. They went through it. Don't ever feel like it's difficult, but if it's stressful, it's stressful. But learn in that moment to like calm yourself down and motivate yourself and study the best you can. And in terms of training, I would say have a second year or a third year trainee like this on the very first day. On the very first day, have them like this. They will give you every type of advice possible that later in the year, if like you discover certain things, you're like, oh, they told me this. And so, and that was, I think, one of my biggest mistakes is that I didn't have that. I had it, of course, in my second client, and they didn't give me that much advice, but I do remember holding on or grasping onto a lot of key things that they did tell me. So, like, have them like this. Always have more so of a conversation about not just work that you're doing, but also other things that you have to achieve. Like, we call them competencies in order for you to qualify as a chartered accountant. So, always have them like this on the very first day.
But you keep mentioning that you failed your honors. I know you did because I'm your friend. So I just wanted you to tell us, like, how did you not get over it, but how did you get through it? And how did you like motivate yourself to do it again? Because it's such a big thing and you had already planned out your life and it didn't go the way that you planned. So how did you handle that?
I think support is really important. If you have a close family or close friend group, because I do remember I told my mom and my dad I failed, and they were both like, it's okay, you can do it again. We believe in you, you can still pass this. Then that already is enough for you to be motivated. And you keep telling yourself that this is how I see where I am. You keep envisioning yourself there, and you're going to make it eventually. It's not the end of the world. I always envisioned myself being there, and I'm eventually there. Sometimes I just think to myself that I can't believe that I made it even after I fail. Mm-hmm. So just always envision yourself there, even if it's too difficult, even if you feel like you're about to give up. Just remember that is your end goal still.
There's a quote that says, like, remember you used to pray for where you are now. Like,
yes,
you think you can't get past something, and then when you get past it and you look back, you're like, yeah. So
yeah,
I think it's a good attitude, and their support is like number one. If you have a supportive family or friends, just people around you. Okay. So lastly, how's the money? How good is the money? And whenever I hear chartered accountant, I think Lots of money, number one. Like I just think money. So how good is the money as a trainee? Is it wow? Is it okay? Can you survive?
I would say, it's equivalent to an intern. The the money isn't that good actually. If you work in Joburg, it's actually really good, but like in other cities, it's not that good. Just as long as you have the money to survive, you know. Yeah.
Is it above minimum wage? Minimum wage, I think, is 3,500
Yeah, it's above minimum wage. 3,500 per week,
per month.
per month. Yeah, it's above minimum wage.
Okay.
I will say this, audit trainees don't get paid much, but if you're in government, you're doing your training contract with a like auditor general, you have a good pay. And if you're doing it in like outside the audit environment, you actually also have a good pay. So yeah.
I'll ask you this. There's like, do you think people should be picky about where they do their Bachelor of Accounting? Does that matter? Does the university matter at all? Or as long as you do the degree or the diploma and get good marks so that you can apply at a good company, does the school matter? The school that you go to?
In terms of getting a degree, the school does not matter. They're all SICA accredited, just as long as it says it's SICA accredited and it actually shows that it's SICA accredited.
Okay.
Then go there. Check the ITC, the first board exam results, when they post it from SICA's website. It will give you a clear indication of whether or not like this university is a good place for you to like study.
Something that I've learned from this interview is to always be resilient and how important support is to students and for students. You know, when you're studying, you need a support system. You need people who can tell you, hey, get back out there. You can do it. We are so proud of you. Go again, try again, keep going. And, you know, just that story alone for me, it resonates with me because university is not easy and life isn't easy. So just having a support structure like that, and it's amazing. So if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions for Parwe, please leave them in the comment section down below. I've also included his Instagram handle and his LinkedIn name and the link to his LinkedIn. So you can connect with him and you can ask him questions, or you can just leave them in the comment section down below and I'll let him know that he has some questions to answer. Once again, thank you to Parwe for agreeing to be on my channel. And if you found this information useful, please give it a thumbs up. If you know anyone who's in matric, someone who is taking a gap year, or trying to figure out what they want to study, please recommend my channel or share this video with them. And I hope it helps. And I hope it sheds a bit of light onto something that you're not clear about.